What is up, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite average to good YouTube channel, Golasso America. And today we're breaking down the FIFA Club World Cup, what it is, how it works, and why it matters, with the help from one of the guys actually playing in it this summer, Jordan Morris from the Seattle Sounders. And he's also going to tell us a bit about his really important work with Dexcom and helping out the next generation of athletes with type 1 diabetes. But before we get to our special guest, let's talk about this competition itself. You have some of the biggest clubs from around the world participating, like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man City, PSG, Palmeiras, Boca Juniors, Inter Milan, and many others who are all looking to determine who is going to be officially the best club in the world. Also, if you're watching this, I'm sure you've seen the pictures of the bizarre, weird, or let's just say intricate trophy that is making its way around our beautiful nation, hyping up the imminent arrival of this special tournament this summer. As for how it's all going to work, the layout should seem pretty familiar to everyone. 32 teams have qualified from around the globe. They are split into 8 groups of 4, with the top 2 from each group advancing to the knockout rounds, starting with the round of 16 until we finally get to one champion. Also, some fun facts from an American perspective. The U.S. men's national team in MLS actually have some history here. Christian Pulisic won this trophy back in 2021 with Chelsea, and the Seattle Sounders became the first MLS team to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup, but only lasted one game and missed out on the chance to play against Real Madrid in the semifinals when they lost to Al Ahly 1-0 in February of 2023. All right, though, that's enough of me talking myself. Let's bring in a longtime friend of mine, Mr. Jordan Morris. Okay, J-Mo, I want to start with the FIFA Club World Cup and your draw in particular, because this draw is pretty ridiculous. You got PSG, Botafogo, and Atletico Madrid. So what was your first reaction when you saw this draw?
Man, a couple reactions, I guess. Excitement, obviously, to get to play against a couple of the best teams in the world. That's not every day that we get to have that opportunity. So I know the guys are excited about that. Last Club World Cup, if we won our first game, we would have played Madrid. And I think a lot of the guys were excited about that, looking forward to that opportunity. But obviously, drew into maybe the toughest group in the tournament. So pros and cons, of course, but I think we're looking forward to challenging ourselves and seeing how we stack up against obviously some of the best teams, some of the best players in the world.
Yeah, shout out to you guys for being the first MLS team to play in the FIFA Club World Cup. That is a really big deal. You played Al Ahly in that first game, lost 1-0. What do you take away from that experience to help you with this one? And I should note that all 3 of your games that I mentioned here against these 3 teams are all at home at Lumen Field in Seattle. So that's a pro for sure, not a con.
For sure. Hopefully that home field advantage will help. Hopefully we sell these games out, obviously have the fans behind us. I think the stuff we take away from that first experience is just kind of the bad taste it left in our mouth. We were all excited about getting to the next round, like I mentioned, to play against a team like Madrid. So guys are hungry, guys are excited. Another thing, obviously, no excuses, but it was coming off of preseason. I don't think we were at our sharpest this Club World Cup, obviously in the middle of our season, in the middle of, in the summer. So hopefully we're playing at a sharper level, and that'll give us a little bit of an advantage going into that tournament. But looking forward to playing at home. Of course, that's going to be an incredible experience.
Yeah, you know what? I'll make it an excuse. Trying to come out of preseason to go play in that competition is not easy. And obviously flying to Morocco and getting adjusted, not easy. But you're right. I think that does lend itself to being a lot more competitive this time around. What a group, though. That is going to be crazy. So how does the club look at this in terms of importance? Obviously, you're one of 2 MLS teams that are carrying the flag for the whole league with Inter Miami. Are you approaching it with everything you got, or because there's so many competitions now for MLS teams, is it just one more thing you have to balance?
It's wild how many games we have this year. It's exciting, though. You want to play in games. That's the most fun part about being professional. So I think it's a little bit of both, finding the right balance. Obviously we haven't had the best start to the season, so our whole focus right now is turning that around, trying to get into a better spot leading into the summer. But I think once the tournament comes into our focus, that's going to be the main goal, is really showing what we can do on a world stage, showing what we can do. Hopefully representing MLS in a great way, proving how much the league has grown, and the quality of the league has grown, and going out and playing with pride and passion, and going out and competing and trying to do our best. Our goal is to get out of this group and go as far as we can in this tournament, and again continue to show the world the growth of soccer in this country. So we're excited to kind of have that responsibility with Miami, and I think once those games get close, that's going to be the main focus. So I mean, guys, of course, naturally are already talking about it. It's hard to put out of your mind watching PSG play in the Champions League. It's hard to put out of your mind. So, like I said, right now focus is on the league, but when that comes up around the corner, it's going to be exciting.
I'll be honest, I'm a little jealous. Anytime I had the chance to, back when I was playing, back in the day, JMO, the only time we could scrape against a foreign opponent outside of the national team was the MLS All-Star game. So I got to
Yeah.
play against Chelsea, and when you're out there, you're like, whoa, Drogba and
Yep.
Lampard and John Terry and all these guys, you're like, you have the opportunity to kind of prove that you can hold your own against them.
Absolutely,
and it's such a big
yeah.
thrill. So I'm excited for you. And again, I'll admit I'm a little bit jealous. Okay. So you've had an incredible career, and not only individually, but on the teams that you've been on. You won a national championship with Stanford. You won 2 MLS Cups, 2016 and 2019. I was at one of them. I actually bought a hat outside of the stadium where it said that you guys won the MLS World Cup. My favorite hat of all time.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should get you one of those. They're amazing. You
Good
won,
stuff. I
obviously,
love that.
CONCACAF Champions Cup. You won the Gold Cup in 2017. You scored the winner against Jamaica in the final. So you have a nice track record of winning trophies. But what I think is fun is that you just set the record for the highest score ever for the Seattle Sounders, just beating out Rui Diaz, recently. How does that feel? I mean, I know that winning team trophies is what matters most, but there's got to be some satisfaction in setting a record like that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like you said, the team comes first. Team trophies come first. But I'd be lying if I said there wasn't, pride associated in that. As a kid growing up in Seattle, playing for the academy, dreaming of playing on that field someday, it was an incredible moment for me and for my family to be able to do it. I think in the way that I was able to do it at home, in front of our fans, at the end where all our fans are and are cheering. I had a chance in the game before that was a close chance. And looking back, I was just in the moment, I was frustrated. Looking back, I'm like, okay, I'm glad that one didn't go in. I'm glad I was able to score it in the way that I did. But no, it was a really proud moment for myself and my family, and so many people to thank along the way, obviously. But like I said, as a kid growing up, dreaming of being on that field, to now kind of have my name in the history books like that, it's a cool moment.
Long may that continue, and I hope, or I know ultimately, that you guys will turn the season around, because that's what the Seattle Sounders do. Sometimes you guys have slow starts, but it's not. Listen, MLS has taught us anything. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. Right?
For whatever reason, this happens. This happens a little bit too much, but we tend to turn it around. So I have complete faith in our group.
It's part of your charm,
Exactly.
especially under Brian Schmetzer. Okay, so talk to me a little bit about what you're doing with Dexcom, because I believe you're the only player in MLS with type 1 diabetes, or the first one with type 1 diabetes. I mean, you've been really leading this charge and this awareness around what it means to have diabetes and still be successful and active. And we've talked about this for many years, and I continue to applaud you for everything that you're doing to grow this. But yeah, tell me about Dexcom.
Yeah, interesting fact. Actually, Andy Rose, assistant coach with Seattle, has type 1 as well. So we get to talk a little bit about that. But I've worked with Dexcom for a long time. They're an incredible partner. I wear their continuous glucose monitor on my arm every game, every training. I don't know if I'd be where I am in my career without Dexcom, just because of kind of the freedom they've given me to go out and focus on playing and training and getting better, rather than focusing on having type 1. So they're an incredible company. They're working, and they've had this program called the Dexcom U program. College sports, the landscape has changed a little bit since I've been there, but it's pretty much an NIL program for college athletes with type 1 diabetes. And I think it's amazing just what they're doing to kind of elevate their voices, elevate their stories, and kind of crush some of the narratives that come with having type 1. I've heard a lot of different things, obviously being a type 1 diabetic and experiencing the challenges around trying to get to the highest level playing with type 1. So Dexcom is doing a lot to kind of overcome those narratives, help to empower these college athletes with type 1. And I would encourage anyone, if you know anyone with type 1, or if there's a college athlete out there with type 1, there's open enrollment into this program starting soon. So go out there, check it out, go to their website. They're an amazing company. I'm always super proud to work with them. They're doing so much to help the type 1 community.
Yeah, I love that. And I love all the work that you're doing to raise awareness as well, including, and this is what I think is amazing about you, Jordan Morris, is that you make sure that you spend time with kids that have type 1 after each game, whether you're at home or whether you're away. And I can't say enough about what that means to the community, but to the people that maybe don't feel like they're being seen, and you're giving them an opportunity to be seen. And I think that is incredibly impactful.
Yeah, thank you, man. I know what it meant for me to look. I was diagnosed when I was 9, so I know what it meant for me to look up to athletes playing with type 1, and but I was never able to kind of talk to them, hear their story, get my questions answered. So for me, when I turned pro, I just thought I have this platform to go out and hopefully give inspiration to these kids, let them know that type 1's not going to stop them from accomplishing their goals, whatever they are. So it's been a super rewarding program, and all these kids inspire me as well. It's been awesome, dude.
Well, congratulations on your success, setting records, winning trophies, of course, and raising awareness, Jordan Morris. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Thank you for having me.
That was awesome. So my sincere thanks to Jordan for joining us on the channel today. However, we are not done yet, because I want to wrap it up with these 3 thoughts. Number 1, the only time that MLS teams usually get a chance to play against top competition from around the world is in meaningless friendlies. So I absolutely love, and I'm also a little jealous, that they get to go toe-to-toe with the very best in something meaningful like the Club World Cup. It'll be a proper measuring stick as to where MLS is as a league and what they need to do to get better. Very important stuff. Number 2, I wish ticket prices to this competition were more affordable. I know. FIFA's creating ticket packages that allow you to get dibs on World Cup tickets next summer if you buy Club World Cup tickets this summer. And I guess that's cool and all, and I like the creativity. But what FIFA should be doing is making sure the game is for everyone, and not just for the ones that can afford it. That is one of their big responsibilities as the governing body for the sports. And number 3, and finally, I wish the tournament wasn't during the Gold Cup, which is North America's version of the Euros or Copa America. Where's FIFA's respect for CONCACAF's big competition? Make it make sense. Ultimately, I'm a fan of more soccer in this country than less, so I'm really excited for both the Club World Cup and the Gold Cup. I just wish they weren't having them at the same time. Anyway, that's it. That is all I got. So let me know your thoughts about my thoughts, and thank you for all of your support. It means a lot. Later.